Inclusive education is a right, after all. So if it's a right, then it imposes a duty on the state to make sure that they fulfill it. And the recent general comment on Article 24 of the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities provides a clear guideline on how inclusive education can be exercised. Quite so many people argue that they prefer segregated or isolated education for persons with disabilities for the sake of protecting the persons with disabilities. But I believe that's protecting the mainstream society not to see disabled persons. This is a pure human rights violation. It should be automatic enough that people with disabilities should be allowed in schools. Where else will you start inclusion? Inclusive education, in my opinion, is the best place to introduce inclusion, because a generation which has grew up together, playing and learning together, will not have a problem living together. It's wrong to think that it's only people with disabilities who benefit from inclusive education. And a project that we have undertaken in Ethiopia with a partner called Relief Services for the Deaf Association has proven that students without disabilities who join in classrooms with those who have disabilities achieve much better academically than the other students who learn in classrooms where they don't have non-disabled students. This is because we use a lot of alternative visual aids to support the deaf students in the classrooms. That is very helpful also for those students without disabilities. When we started it in the first years, students were not convinced, and it was a struggle as they go on and they see the benefit. And the second and third year, every student without a disability was fighting to get into the class where they have this inclusive education system. So what we have done with our local partner in Ethiopia was to make all classrooms in the school become inclusive. That way everybody benefits. Now you see all the students during break time playing together, signing together, so you cannot tell who is deaf and who is not. So that way the school has become inclusive. The students have additional skill in doing sign language, so do the teachers. So inclusive education not only benefits disabled students, but also it benefits those without disabilities. I think this evidence really needs to be told and really needs to be tested out everywhere.